Hi. How are we doing today? We have officially entered the final countdown. So thus far we had general-ish spread that I found on Pinterest, covering general life situations, energies mapping, shadow work, and obviously love and relationships. Today, though, we are entering the Christmas spirit officially with a progression from darkness to light. So the first spread will be Krampus's warning, ergo the green. Although I might keep this for the tomorrow too, because we have another dark-ish character, but a lighter dark character. So main deck of the day will be Reborn Skull Tarot. Clarifying deck will be this amazing thing that I'm absolutely in love with, inspired neon tarot. Oracle deck, we are going full dark with the Haunted Manor and with the Path of Shadows. And I'm gonna zoomy. So here's your, okay, sorry, wait. No, actually I can move the camera. Here's your screenshot opportunity, and I will see you right back. Hello air signs, how are we guys doing? How are we enjoying the series thus far? Today we are not nearing, but we are in the final stretch, the final countdown to the big fat man singing. Speaking of bit fat, I cannot speak. You get my gist. Ooh la la! Someone is daydreaming of something romantic, maybe opening up for a small communication, but you're holding on. Are you holding on? That whatever small communication you were planning to or daydreaming about towards a nurturing, plentiful, beautiful, creative person. And what is the holdup? Taking a little rest, plotting, planning, resting, meditating. Also, I hope you are resting, because you guys had like a saga of being overworked. Oh, schnitzels, the tower. Okay, so especially coming a period of rest and consideration, or thinking things through after the abrupt dismantling of a tower is definitely necessary to heal and see things from a different perspective. Use your sharp intellect to see through illusions and overwhelming emotions. Use the energy of the Queen of Swords to ground you and help you see through things clearly, without judgment, in all fairness. Communicate. Oh, was this about someone you were wanting to propose to, or at least build foundations with? In which case, whatever the tower is, I'm sorry guys, truly heartfelt sorry. But you are single and in charge. And my dogs are on crack cocaine. In charge, taking the lead, but like really like having a clear strategy, planning and acting according to the plan to see your goal successfully reach the end line. Yeah, they're definitely having a moment, chasing each other. King of Cups and strength. You will find strength and resilience in your own emotions, or maybe if you know someone who is just readily available to listen to you and hear you out, lend their shoulder for you to cry on, proverbially speaking. Jesus. Did they kill a pigeon or what? If you're the type who can allow and can accept counsel into your life, I strongly suggest someone who is empathetic, who can guide you through the situation that you went through, to help you see all perspectives involved and how to tackle the situation with tact and empathy. Oh, and as I say that there is revival, bit of spying and delays. There is a bit of your stability, taking a time out, working hard, walking away, and we have the Empress again. Ooh, and the next would have been the Five of Pentacles and holding on, but new opportunity. Too many options, and someone is too cold, calculating, and not emotional at all. So, let's see. The naughty list. What hidden behavior, habit, or pattern have you been ignoring or denying that is harming yourself or others? Revival, but what is the key context? A message about revival and a second hope, bringing something back from the dead. So you are not, or are you? Because this is on the naughty list. So this is something that you are ignoring. So you are ignoring communication with someone or a situation to allow it to be revived in any capacity. That is interesting. Yeah, holy shit, air signs. But I'm gonna take these two. And the one that fell on the ground. That was something. Are you nervous? You're stressed. Okay, so Nine of Swords, stress, anxiety, fears that linger into the night regarding your group of friends or your community, the group chat, regarding collaboration. So we have a double tree, both on the workforce and on the personal social circle. There is a sense of stress and anxiety because you are refusing to communicate revival or resurrection or like a second chance or apology or something to make things be as they were before. The chains you carry, what self-imposed restrictions, guilt or shame are you dragging around that keep you stuck in the shadows? Delays, unless it's about spying. And so either your delays or the spying is causing you a lot of stress, which on one hand is good because this is a decrease from the 9, but it's still a self-imposed stress into your life. And again, self-imposed restrictions, guilt and shame, but it's again self-imposed stress with the 8 of Swords because you are either delaying or spying on something and catching things that you interpret in a way or another that could be immature or just a fraction of the whole truth that is causing you a lot of stress. So what is it for my, I saw something called air signs. Knight of Pentacles, it's a slow process or a long time coming, but it's something dependable, reliable, rooted. Three of Wands that you are expecting to come back at you because you have already put in some effort, some work, some basis, and you need to be patient. But how patient? And okay, oh, so these were all flipped. Interesting. But for that to take effect, you need to allow change and transformation, or you need to apply change and transformation in how you navigate this situation with someone from the past, Six of Cups, and again the Page of Swords, in how you either delay communication because you are wanting to gather all the information, or spying on them. But it definitely involves someone from the past, and there is a need for change if you want revival. The switches of consequence. What painful lesson or consequence is trying to get to your attention right now? Work, 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 stability, and you are being overworked. So on one hand, it's good because you're working towards your stability, comfort, something that you can be both proud of and depend on later in your life as something that you have built yourself, but it's also working you literally to the bone. That is exhausting. I'm not saying that you're on a highway to a burnout, but just be cautious, be aware, and rest as much as you can. And maybe the painful lesson is that sometimes you need to drop a stick or two and be more mindful in where you direct your energy and your focus, so that you give more weight and meaning and substance to the energy that you are investing in work, so that the return on your energetic investment has more weight and value than dispersing yourself in 10,000 directions and not having as a substantial revenue on that investment of energy. We have the Ace of Wands, so either a new job, new inspiration, new contract, or just you having, like, being inspired for a new creative endeavor, which, you know what? Ideally, you don't want to transform the Ten of Wands into an 11 of Wands, please, for the love of God. Or whatever deity you believe in. The call in your heart. Where are you withholding warmth, kindness, or forgiveness from yourself or others? From the general putting yourself out to think differently, of making small sacrifices and not reaching out. Working on your single-based self-worth, self-value, self-accomplishment, going back to the previous work to get your comfort, your stability, grounded resources, your home, as in the house being paid, mortgage being paid, having extra money in the bank, being comfortable by your own means. But this means that you are literally pulling yourself away from social circles or interactions, or just the group chat or whatever from the first section. And by being so focused on yourself, you are withdrawing your warmth from people who have a meaning in your life or some semblance of importance. Oh, especially if you are in a union with someone, your spouse, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, by you investing so much time in your work and being exhausted and focusing on your comfort and your money and pulling yourself away from that to be self-sufficient and self-reliant, you are neglecting them, and they are feeling your lack of warmth. The darkness you fear to face. What aspect of your shadow terrifies you the most? That you might be a workaholic, but you're in denial of that. And you need to make a decision on how much time and effort and patience and resilience are you putting in the mastery of your craft at the expense of your other potentially meaningful or important relationships from in your life. So there has there been an ending, or are you afraid of having an ending of a cycle? And what is the ending of what cycle that will bring happiness back on the horizon? Because you need to make a decision to let something go, even if it hurts, but it's the wrap up of a cycle, and after that you can be on your merry way to be blissfully just happy, fulfilled, in the clear, in the warmth, in the warm embrace of the sun, and have no worries whatsoever on your mind. Which is just no worries neither on the emotional, intimate level or on the professional work level. Krampus's rattle. What loud inner or outer signal is trying to wake you up to necessary change? That you may have to walk away from something that you invested emotions into that is not satisfying. And I know it's hard to walk away from something in which we invest emotions and a lot of emotion, but if it's not satisfying, if it's boring, if it's depleting you, in a killjoy, literally, you need to walk away and find a new path, cross that river, find that new Ace of Cups that will lead you to the 9. Self-satisfaction, happiness, fulfillment, wish fulfillment, etc., etc. Also interesting, the 8 is literally the double of the 4. If you linger too much in this dissatisfied, bored energy, it will double to the 8 where you actually have to take a stance, make a decision, and actually physically walk away from this thing. Four of Pentacles, but you are holding on to something. And now we have a double 4. What is that? Queen of Wands. You are holding on to either someone beautiful, sexy, assertive, confident, creative, or you are holding on to your own sense of creativity, and even if it's unsatisfying at this point, you are not willing to let it go, and you are hindering your walking away from it. But this is the signal that is trying to beep at you that change is necessary in this field, however this applies to your personal life. The path to redemption. What courageous action, accountability, and we have the Empress, okay, or inner work will transform this shadow into wisdom and allow me to step back into the light by either being nurturing, plentiful, or accepting this into your life. And okay, so on the positive light, be very strategic, very plotting, but very cautiously stealthy in how you are abundant and creative and just beautiful and in your power. On the other side, do not be lying, cheating, thieving influence or energy towards this person who could be external to you, in a capacity where they could be like a mother figure, very creative, very nurturing, very plentiful, who is abundant, but like top tier abundant. So the courage or accountability that you need here is to come clear with either yourself, your mother, or a mother figure in your life to whom you have potentially lied or cheated on previously. Five of Pentacles, and there is definitely a sense of ending and being left out in the cold, potentially a breakup, no contact, no communication, just alone. Two of Pentacles, because you are juggling something on the side, or you are just too busy with work, too many tasks, too many responsibilities. Four of Swords, you need a rest. Page of Pentacles, and you need to be more measured in the small details and the small practicalities of how you approach situations in regards to this and the whole ensemble of what we went through thus far. I was explaining the situation of my chair in the water read analogy, but I'm gonna repeat it here. I received my new chair, so no more creaking chair, yay! But also, when I was assembling the legs to the seat of the chair, two placements, so as per the instruction manual, I needed to place a little round circle with a hole in metal between, or just like on the whole area of the leg, to put the screw in it, to have a space between the metal of the leg and the screws head under part thingy. But in two places it didn't work out like that for some reason, and so I just had the screw directly in the hole of the metal frame of the leg, and maybe I should have worked around something to make it really work as it should. But that is that small practical detail that I shouldn't overlook, that you need to be more cautious of, and not to. So for this instance specifically, and I think I said the Four of Swords, but it's really the Five of Swords, you really need to not utilize small malicious foul play, either actions or words or manipulating small things around you in order to get what you want, at the detriment of considering others' feelings and emotions and bigger outcomes of situations. So be very cautious of that. Whoa, how much we have? Okay, two. Normally I was taking one for the other sides, but you know what? We're gonna take the two here. Labyrinth. Choose a clear direction. It's always a good advice to have a clear direction. Cobwebs. Make something memorable. And here, memorable, yes, but the cobweb is also fragile, so be mindful of the materials or the connections or the threads you are using to build this memorable thing, so that it has a little bit more sturdiness, a little bit more weight, a little bit more groundedness, so it will not just break down because somebody walks through, or a wind gush is too strong and destroys, dismantles that thing that you were trying to build to have a memory that can last a lifetime, or how long you want it to be. Self-doubt. Ooh, interesting. In shadows deep, fears and doubt creep, a spectre haunting where courage sleeps. And I think the last part was the courageous action. So literally this thing here of being honest and shit is now confirmed by the Oracle card, which is, wow, beautiful woman actually. In shadows deep, fears and doubt creep, a spectre haunting where courage sleeps. Be courageous. If you need to address something and clear out the air, maybe you won't do not expect the worst outcome. Maybe aim for the mid or the best possible outcome, so it's gonna be giving you a bit of courage to clear out situations and open a space for growth and abundance. And I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for having been here with me. Thank you especially air signs for supporting my channel, for watching the videos. I appreciate it more than you can be aware of. Thank you, love you. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Also, did you notice? No creaking chair.